In this video, I'm going to help you master and unlock one of the most important skills in calisthenics, the one-arm lock-off. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Michael Eckert here, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something that I have kind of mastered over time, but it has been a crucial staple in my strength training routines, in my rock climbing, and that is the one-arm lock-off. All right, so what is a one-arm lock-off? A one-arm lock-off is holding your body completely suspended with no other help than just one of your arms and then holding that position at 90 degrees. Why is a one-arm lock-off so important? It's because it can be used to progress into other realms of calisthenics. It's used frequently in rock climbing and rock climbing training, and it just helps you progress into all other realms of calisthenics and workouts, and it's a great staple foundation to have. That is why it's super important. All right, so now we know how important this skill is in order to master. Let's move into some progressions or things that you can do in order to help master this skill and achieve doing it. So I highly suggest if you're going to try and hold yourself at 90 degrees with one arm, you are already able to do probably at least 10 to 15 pull-ups. Now you're like, Mike, I don't know how to do a single pull-up right now. Like, where do I start from there? Well, I have some other videos on my channel you can watch in order to help get you more pull-ups, and then you can come back to this video because this is an advanced to elite level skill, and it takes a lot of strength in order to achieve it. By the way, some people can do it with less than 10 pull-ups. Some people, it just depends on your uniqueness, but in my realm of coaching, I want you to be able to do at least 10 to 15 before attempting this, because if you don't have the strength to suspend your body at 90 degrees, you could possibly injure yourself. And I want you to have the proper ability and foundation before moving into a more advanced exercise or skill. All right, so the next thing we're going to move into, now that we've established how many pull-ups you can do, are a couple of exercises that you can use in your toolbox in order to progress and move into the one-arm lock-off. Now, I can use logistical reasoning to figure out where this exercise came from because they're called Frenchies. So I'm assuming they came from a French climbing team or the climbing coach or anything like that, but they're called Frenchies, all right, in the rock climbing industry. But all they are high, medium, and low two-arm holds. And it's funny because a one-arm Frenchie is just a one-arm lock-off. So they're going to take the name and we'll call that one a one-arm lock-off, and we'll call these ones Frenchies. So 2 arms, you're going to hold yourself with your chin above the bar for about 10 seconds, lower down to that 90-degree position for about 10 seconds, and then hold not a full dead hang, but slightly bent arms in the low position for about 10 seconds. And then you've done one successful set of Frenchies. You don't necessarily have to do them in that order or at that duration of time. You can do them longer or shorter, but that's just a good base to have in order to move into the next progressions. So a lot of people think that the pull strength for pull-ups comes predominantly from your back. And I can see why, because the back is a huge pulling muscle. But in rock climbing, a lot of climbers don't have huge backs, but what they do have are huge forearms and very strong brachioradialis connections in their elbow. And that's where a lot of this pulling and positional holding will come from. It's not going to come from your back. It'll probably come like 20% of your back, but the rest is going to come from your arm and stabilizing your shoulder muscles and your scapula, but not necessarily your lats. So with that being said, the next thing we want to work on are isometrics with dumbbells. That way we can help strengthen the connection in your arms where your brachioradialis runs across your elbow, and then that brachialis as well, and also those forearm flexors and grip strength. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself in a position where you're slightly bent over with a nice neutral spine, and you're just going to pull those dumbbells up to your chest and hold in that position. Because if we take that position, we pretend like we're on the bar, we're basically holding a 2-arm Frenchie. But with this isolated exercise, you're able to hold and manipulate the weight in any way you want. When you're doing the 2-arm Frenchies on the bar, you can put your foot on an assisted or use like a band or whatever you want to do. With using bands, it's like an impossible way to measure what you're using, right? You're not going to, like, you could use a strong band, a weak band, whatever you want. But every time you do the exercise using a band, it's going to be unreliable and it's not necessarily measurable. With dumbbells, you're able to measure, okay, today I'm using 30 pounds. Tomorrow I'm going to use 45 pounds. Next week I'm going to use 60 pounds. And you can even go above your total weight and do heavier sets in order to get those arms super strong, because that's the goal here. We want to make sure you can hold more than just your body weight. That way you're not struggling in that position. You can nice and breathe and kind of rotate yourself as you get more advanced. And we just want to get you really comfortable in that position. I would say the next progression from those dumbbell manipulations, and one of the things is you don't want to do all of this in one day. You want to break it up throughout the weeks and months you're going to be training this exercise, but this will all compound into the same result. You'll be able to master and look really comfortable and be really comfortable in the one arm lock off position, which you'll realize once you're able to master that position, all of your other calisthenics, pull-ups, climbing, whatever you're into, obstacle course racing, Ninja Warrior, all that stuff is going to skyrocket because you're able to hold this position now and you're able to pull yourself even further. And even if you want to progress into a one-arm pull-up, this is one of the staple ways to do that. So after all of that, what we want to move into is weighted two-arm Frenchies. You could do weighted pull-ups, but the isolation is going to be what we're targeting here. Weighted pull-ups will help you in the long run if you just get your body naturally strong or stronger than the weight of doing pull-ups. But what we're really focused on here is doing the two-arm Frenchie at a isometric contraction, because we want to isolate that area where you're going to be pulling off and holding with one arm, and you want to be able to do that with more than just your body weight. So where we start with that in a safe way is we're going to be holding onto the bar with two hands, and then as you progress and you're like, okay, I can hold this for 10, 10, 10 with 25, 45 pounds attached to my body weight, then what you want to do is you want to move into the 90-degree position as long as you can. And that's just not holding yourself there for 30 seconds. That's being able to manipulate your body weight in 90 degrees in multiple different ways. And one of the ways you can do that is doing a two-arm Frenchie in the 90-degree position, so with two arms bent with weight attached, and then rocking back and forth. So you're predominantly putting more force on each arm every time you rock back and forth. And that's going to help you get the feel of that extra weight on each arm. So when you do drop the weight and you're able to hold yourself with one arm, it's going to help feel a lot better. And that's how I've personally progressed into being able to hold a one-arm lock off for like 45, 50 seconds. So with all that being said, tie all these exercises into your routine like you would any other workout day where you're doing a pull arm day, and just supplement these and sprinkle them into your workouts. You don't have to do them all in one day. Just spread them out throughout the course of time. That way your body gets used to those isometrics or those static positions. And it's going to help work out all those stabilizers and everything you need in order to progress into other things. But if you are considering doing a Spartan race, competing on American Ninja Warrior, doing more pull-ups, going rock climbing, this is going to be one of the most staple foundation building exercises that you can master. And trust me, when you're able to do it, you're going to be like, holy crap, I can do so much more because of this. Thanks, Mike. I'm going to subscribe to your channel. And as always, if you all like this video or these styles of videos, please leave a comment and let me know what videos you'd like me to do more of or what you want to see in the future. But hopefully after this, in a couple of weeks, couple of months, you're able to do that one arm lock off, and we're seeing some really cool results because of it, because now you have a great foundation to build from. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.